Endgame. I'm Andrew Davis here from the trial of Alex Murdaugh, Endgame. Andrew Davis from WSAV here in our simulcast with WCBD, our sister station and partner in this all. 28 days. Riley Benson right here with me. 28 days of testimony, of jury selection. We are finally to this point, and the jury has been charged, and they will begin deliberating very soon.
Yeah, certainly. The jury just went back to the room. They had to wait on a few things. They had to wait on copies of the indictments. Obviously, we know 4 charges against Alex Murdaugh, and then directions before they can begin those deliberations in the room. But certainly, I don't think we expected this process, the charging process, to be this quick. 45 minutes for the most part. I think most indications it would go a little longer than that.
Yeah, I think nothing's been quick in this trial, so we're not expecting anything to be quick. But just 45 minutes for Judge Newman. Now the jury will be in that session. We have not heard officially if they're going to go late, potentially all the way to 10 o'clock or more, which has been part of it. Also, will they go into the weekend if necessary? Well, we still have Friday to worry about that first. So this is a big day of closing arguments, and while Riley and I have been here throughout this trial, throughout this entire case for multiple years, we want to get some legal perspective on this. And we have our man right next to me, Sean Kent from the Kent Law Group. Okay, Sean, start with that moment now with the jury in hands. What goes through their minds? What goes through the lawyers' minds as they finally hand it off?
It's scary. Because for the jury, it's the first time they've been able to actually talk about the case. So can you imagine, all of us been talking about it for 6 weeks. For 6 weeks, this is the first time they're allowed to say, here's what I think. So the judge is going to give them, like you said, the indictment, and then they get all the evidence. And so they got to bring that ton of evidence. And I think, Riley, you said there's like 200,000 pieces of evidence. So all of that is sitting in the room. They finally get to talk about the case, and the lawyers get to wind down and unwind a little bit, but they're as nervous as they've ever been.
And Sean, during this morning closing, I think you heard a couple things about how much responsibility these jurors now take with them, the voice that they carry, the power that they carry to make this decision really of what Alex Murdaugh's future looks like. I mean, talk about the weight of that responsibility those jurors now take with them back to the jury room as they begin these deliberations.
It is fascinating. 23 years I've done it. I've done a bunch of trials, but it's fascinating every time you talk to a jury how serious they take it, because they all say the same thing. I don't want to say it seems fun, but it's interesting, it's fun, it's intriguing, but the second that door shuts and they've got to make a decision on a man's life, they all become the most serious people you've ever met.
Which is really interesting because they haven't been. They've been in and out a little bit. There have been some of those jurors who maybe haven't been watching as much as others somewhere. Now they're in, and especially during closing arguments, they were very focused, Riley. You and I both saw it, about they were intently listening. There was at least one of the jurors who was leaning in specifically to try to hear what Jim Griffin was saying. They are now serious. I think somebody finally got to him, and maybe that sense of, we now hold this man's life in our hands right now.
And think about it. I mean, they know about this case. They know the people, they know the parties, but now that reality of what we decide is going to affect his life. That guy right there, his life is in our hands. It hits him, and it hits him hard.
You know, Sean, obviously, let's talk about some of these financial crimes. We know Alec is facing a number of charges. You know, he's still facing potentially life in prison on just 100%. The financial charges alone. So do jurors take that into consideration? Do they look at this as if, do we feel comfortable enough to convict him of murder? And if we don't, is it okay because we know he could still potentially go to jail for the rest of his life on the financial crimes? Does that weigh in on any of these decisions?
The judge gives them the charge, the law. He tells them don't do it. I've talked to them. They all do it. There's horse trading that goes on back there that's not supposed to happen. Somebody will say something like, if there is a juror who's holding out for not guilty or guilty, they may say, hey, they're going to get him later. They didn't prove the murder, but they did prove the financial crimes. The issue is the jury's not allowed and doesn't know the penalty he's facing on the financial crime. So you could have somebody say, yeah, he's done all this financial stuff. He's going to get a slap on the wrist. He's going to go to Club Fed and do a couple months. All that happens.
Yeah. What was really interesting today during closing for both of you is the word that I got a lot from Jim Griffin today was slaughtered. He used that as a very powerful word during his closing arguments, said specifically early on, they've been slaughtered and still there's no danger to the public, talking about that Colleton County message that was put out right after the murders. Does that make any sense? Slaughtered is such a strong word in my version.
Well, even to add to that, we couldn't see it, but the defense had images of Paul and Maggie's bodies blown up and put on these big poster boards to show to the jury. Obviously, we've talked about the horror movie. I think Joe touched on it yesterday, the horror movie these jurors have seen. In addition to Andrew's question, what does that add? You have these pictures blown up on a big poster board. They're seeing them again. I mean, this big.
They took a gamble, and of course when you get ready for trial, you come up with ideas, you come up with themes, you come up with theories, and I think they went all in on this is so graphic, this is so awful, the word slaughter is just is going to get visions in your head. A father couldn't do this to his son. And I think that was their whole, whoever did this has no regard for the family life.
They've done an excellent job during this trial of that, though. Everything that the prosecution would say to try to get the jury on their side, they've been willing to go even farther, showing those pictures, talking about the fact that Paul's head was blown off. The incredible things that they have said that surprised me that they're willing to go that far. But as you said, they may felt like they had to because almost jumping the gun on the prosecution itself.
When I used to prosecute cases, one of the things you want to be careful about is a 6-week trial. If you show those pictures every day, the jury becomes desensitized to them. So then they're just pictures to them. So you want to save them sometimes and say, here's how bad it is. Like Creighton did at the end of his closing argument. Let me show you what this guy did. But after a while, they just become white noise to people. So you got to be careful showing them over and over and over again.
And kind of keeping in line with that, I mean, we heard Jim Griffin at the end of his closing get really emotional, describing Paul being his friend, you know, this connection he had with the Murdaugh family, with Maggie. I mean, obviously, does that add more to this? Does that give it more weight? Does that kind of weigh on the jurors as they see Jim crying, getting emotional, talking about Paul and Maggie Murdaugh?
Yes, I wish he would have done it without a notepad in front of him reading off of a script, because it came across as he's just reading these notes.
Yeah.
So I wish he would have just stared directly in the jury's eyes so it seemed like true emotion. But juries are people too. They see this and they're thinking to themselves, is he just a lawyer or is he somebody who actually cares and he's fighting for somebody he believes in? And so that's a big deal.
And what you said yesterday was specific, that the prosecution needed theatrics. They needed something to juice this jury a little bit. And that came in the form of John Metters this afternoon, is that he may be over the top to a lot of people, and there's certainly people who say that, but he pushed forward and said, I'm going to give you everything I have, and I'm going to put on a show for you.
I've tried countless cases with Mr. Metters, shall we say, and that is who he is, and sometimes it is too much. In this case, I think it was enough, because let's be honest, the prosecution's opening was boring. I thought Mr. Griffin went on a little too long, and it was a little boring. And you got Jim with all this, you got John with all this excitement, and they needed that. That's when the jury wakes up a little bit. It's at least somebody's yelling and showing us emotion. So I think it was necessary.
You know, obviously coming into this, a lot of experience on the defense side in murder cases, not a lot of experience on the prosecution side. We know John Metters joined the team sometime previous or before this trial. So, you know, the importance of bringing a guy like John Metters into the mix and helping you with the prosecution of Alex Murdaugh in this trial.
When John was in Sumter, that's all he did. Like when he was in Sumter in our jurisdiction, all he did is the high-profile cases. He did the murders, he did the rapes, he did the armed robberies. That's what he prosecuted. And he's got a way of dealing with things. He has a way of putting his cases together because he's done it. It's commonplace for him. That's a big deal. When you have a team and you look at that table of everybody over there for the Attorney General's office, none of them have tried that murder case. Right. And John's tried, I don't want to say hundreds, but he's tried a bunch of them.
Sure. Well, Sean Kent, too, you've done both sides. You've done the prosecution, you've done the defense. Take us inside those rooms right now as they wait for that jury verdict or wherever they can go. Explain what goes on from both of those sides.
When you're in the prosecution side, there's nerves. Because, of course, you have a victim's family, normally, that you are the voice for their family. So you're meeting with that family, you're letting them know what's going on. You're telling them that you've done everything you can do. What's unique in this situation is the family's not sitting behind them. The family's sitting behind the defense of the victim. So normally you're talking to them, and you have a victim's advocate and people who are their voice. On the defense side, I'm telling you, it's the scariest feeling because you live with that. Because if that client goes away for the rest of his life, you go away for your rest of life because you live with that every day.
And Sean, quickly, I know we talked about the nerves of the jurors, but what does that process look like as they're getting started now in that room? What are they going through?
Well, a foreperson has already been announced, right. And so there's no instructions. That's the weird thing. That you don't get instructions on do this first, do this first, do this first. So they go in there and they're at their own. We don't tell them, I want you to vote on this, I want you to vote on this. They've got the indictment, they've got a jury sheet, and they just make a decision. When we've talked to juries about what they do, they always say the same thing. They just talk. They could do a straw poll. How many of y'all think he's guilty? How many of y'all think he's not guilty? And then they each take their time to try to convince each other. But there is no rhyme or reason on how they do it. No one tells them what to do in that room.
Absolutely. And the jury does have this case right now. They are in the midst of their deliberations or about to start once, as you said, they have to get through the indictments.
Get copies of the indictments and then get instructions from whoever's in the room with them.
So they will go ahead and begin this process. We will be back with you on our local stations at 5 and 5:30. Also, 5:30 tonight, a trial of Alex Murdaugh Endgame special. Sean Kent will be with us. We'll have other guests along with sound from today and exactly what you need to know as the jury continues to deliberate in this nationwide murder trial.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see continuing coverage coming up on both of our stations starting right now.